Welcome to the third episode of Indie and Music Industry World. Ladies and gentlemen, Martin Oates.
Hello.
Davide, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for calling me and being
No
on my
worries.
podcast. How's it going?
Yeah, really good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good too. Here in Italy,
Nice.
just listening your incredible tracks. You're cool, right? Bro,
Oh,
you're
thank
amazing.
you. I really appreciate that, Davide.
Yeah,
Where are
you know.
you? Are you in Milan? Milano?
Yeah, we're in Milan, and you gotta come
Oh,
here
nice. I
for
love
a
that city.
show as soon as possible.
Oh, I would
You're
love that. I would
incredible.
love.
Really,
Thank you,
I
man.
tell you that I will make you listen your tracks to a friend of mine in Los Angeles. He has a label, and he quickly tell me, "Oh yeah, cool. I wanted to call him and put him on my label."
Oh, amazing. Let's do it. Let's get me on now.
Yeah.
I love that.
Later we should plan a video call. Maybe if you're interesting, I understand you. Maybe you know more than me about contracts and stuff like that. So maybe we should plan a call with him.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to contracts, I normally just get lawyers involved. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I don't understand all that legal stuff. So yeah, whenever there's a contract, I've got someone who looks at it for me and
Yeah,
make sure
cool.
it's good. Yeah.
So, how is the process of Broken Flowers? Is a pure LP. You know, is amazing. You know.
Thank you so much, David. Appreciate that so much. Yeah, it's quite different from the other music I've released as an artist, and also like as a songwriter, it's quite different. Normally, I do more dance music, or at least kind of electronic influence music. But this EP, Broken Flowers, it's more like ballads. It's kind of pure pop.
The pure pop, we can feel the power of your voice.
Oh, thank you.
Really?
I really appreciate that. Yeah, I think I've been growing in confidence as a singer because previously, in my previous life, I was behind the scenes. I was a songwriter, and I was too nervous or too scared to release music with no voice on it. And then that kind of changed in 2020, where I finally somehow just released a few tracks and got a good response. And slowly, I've been kind of growing in confidence. And yeah, for this album,
How many times you write a song since a lot of time, right?
Yeah, like I think since a child, like I started writing music kid at the piano, but yeah, I've been doing that seriously since like maybe 2012, something like that is when I first started getting into like good sessions and stuff. And yeah, so I did that sort of behind the scenes, and then in the more recent years, I focus more just on my own creative projects. I still do songwriting with some people, but
you feel more confident writing just like ballads or maybe an up-tempo track to, I don't know. You feel more confident writing just like a piano track when we can feel more your voice. How is the process?
Oh yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think I feel more confident with dance music because dance music is like a formula, and the people that you work with, they want something very specific, and so it's like an assignment. You know what you need to do to get like 10 out of 10 or whatever. Whereas this music, Broken Flowers, it's more of my own kind of artistic project. It's just what I want to express. There's nobody telling me like, oh, we need this, we need that. It's like 100% from me.
Yeah, it's amazing. I can feel that for a live show. I feel that you gotta work to in both situations. Just like with a dance music, I can imagine a big show if I can see you perform.
Let's manifest it. I would love that. And I think if you're putting on a show, I think it's great that I have the different, I have the dance music, I have the more up-tempo numbers as well, because you want to kind of mix the mood up a bit, change the energy, so we can have the low-key, quieter, more reflective moments, but we can also get people moving, hopefully get people dancing. Yeah, definitely. I mean, in the shows that I've done in the past, I haven't had as much material. You know, now I'm at a point where I've got quite a few
Yeah,
tracks now. Like I can kind of really put together, tell a story throughout the show. You know, so yeah,
that's
definitely
it.
2025. Let's go Milan. Let's bring it on.
Yeah, have you just planned to release new tracks now?
Yeah, I'm working on a new EP. It's going to be quite different because at the moment I'm really motivated by like experimenting and like pushing my boundaries, doing something new. And so this new EP, I'm collaborating with a really incredible artist called Treasure Bloom, and so far we've written 3 songs together. And it's my project, but he's producing it, and I'm trying to persuade him to feature on some of the tracks, but I'm not sure
Oh,
if it
cool.
fits right with
That's
his vision
amazing.
where he's going. So if not, he'll be like co-producing, co-writing. But yeah, it's really cool. Like we've got 3 tracks so far, and they're all quite experimental, quite alternative, but again they have balladry at the heart.
Wow.
There's a lot of songs.
You think it should be
Um,
totally independent, your new EP, or maybe
yeah,
you should
yeah.
prefer you know to put it on a label, stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like with Broken Flowers, I didn't pitch it to any labels. I just put it out independently. With this EP, let's see, because at the moment it's very like the way I work as an artist
Yeah,
is I want to create the music first, and then let's see what we do with it. I don't want, you know, like sometimes when you get, like I say, when you get other people involved, they have
yeah.
lots of opinions, which are good
No,
and
no, it's totally
they
at that point. Totally, it's different. I know.
Well, I'm
Maybe.
not saying that's a bad thing, you know, because they know the business, they know the industry, and so, you know, labels and those kind of people, when they get involved with the project, they're thinking about, you know, numbers and like reach and stuff, which is
I
very
know.
important. But I'm kind of at this stage really more interested in like the creativity element and the expression. But that's not to say, like, if I do get this final product of this EP, let's see, I might shop this one round, see if there's any cool independent labels. You know, I've released stuff
Yeah,
through independent labels in the past, and yeah, like there's a lot that they can do to help you, you know, spread the word, get your music out there, find your platforms. Like, for example, my biggest track, Little Did You Know, I released that through a label called
that's
Optimacy, and
yeah. I've seen
independent
it.
label here in London.
It's a great track. So great.
Thank you, man.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, I appreciate that.
Have you just
And yeah,
have you just did some shows in the UK, maybe London?
yeah.
Oh,
So far, I've only done shows in London, and I'll be honest with you, Davide, like, you know, I'm relatively new, like, well, I say new, like, I've only been releasing music as an artist since 2020.
yeah.
Obviously, 2020, 2021, we had the pandemic, so it wasn't really a great time for trying to be a live act and so on. But I also
Exactly.
will admit that, you know, I was quite shy and quite nervous about live performance, quite terrified as well. That's one of the reasons why I was
I
behind the
know.
scenes as
I
a
know.
songwriter. But then
I think it was a
2023,
great time for an artist to find a time to write, to look
yeah,
at himself and write the tracks. You know, I think so.
yeah. I've always done that. I've always done writing, and I think what I need is to push myself, you know, more. So like 2023, I did start doing some gigs. I did a gig at the O2 Islington Academy, which was like, it was a headline gig for my good friend and collaborator Minimalist. He's a rapper,
Oh,
a UK
yeah.
rapper. I did a track with him. I've done a couple of tracks with him actually. One called Broken Glass and one
I
called Double-Edged Sword.
yeah.
And he asked me to come with him, do that show, his headline show, and that was awesome. That was like proper, you know, it was a real experience, and it really helped me develop my performance skills, build my confidence. I did another gig at the Chip Shop in Brixton, which is quite an iconic venue. It's just, you know, it's a bar, it's a pub, but it's got a lot of history, a lot of amazing people that perform there. And so, yeah, I'm just, you know, now I've got this more of a body of work. I'm looking to 2025, and I'm thinking like, right, what can we do with this? What kind of, how can we put a show together? Obviously, Broken Flowers it's all about the instruments. It's about the piano, the strings, the vocals, the harmonies. So really, I need to get together a band if I'm going to tour that album, that EP. But yeah, definitely, I'm excited. That's really what 2025 is all
Wow,
about.
that's
Kind
amazing.
of pushing the boundaries,
Have you just got a
you know.
band to play for live shows?
No,
No.
no, I don't. That's the thing. I need to put the band together, like
Yeah.
in shows. You know, I don't want, like, ideally, I don't really want to just turn up and press play on the track and thing. I'm gonna try and recreate what we had in the studio when we
Okay.
recorded those. Like Broken Flowers with a producer called Colin Lamb, who is just so incredibly talented and multi-instrumentalist. And yeah, I really want to recreate on the stage that feeling that we had in the studio when we
Yeah,
recorded.
exactly. I think that it's important. This part is so important to recreate the climb. You know.
I hope so. Yeah, as much as possible.
You can do that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because your voice
Yeah.
really attract the people to feel confident with your song, and everybody's. I think that will be very impressed about what you do.
Thank you, man.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Do you want to present you to my people, to my podcast? You know, where do we can find you?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a singer-songwriter. My name's Martin Ott. That's OET. I'm based in London, and you can find me on all the streaming platforms, wherever you listen to your music, Spotify, Apple Music. I've done a lot of dance music previously, but this year I've put out some more heartfelt, kind of intimate, poppy music. So there's quite a lot of different genres and stuff to explore on my profile. So please check me out, and obviously I'm on all the channels as well.
And pull the tracks in loop, because you're a great hit maker, bro. You're incredible.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's so
Thank you
kind of
too. So we'll keep on touch. So maybe if you want, we should plan a call to my friend in Los Angeles, as he wanted to talk to you too.
I'm here for that. That's awesome. Yeah, let me know what the label is and stuff like that.
Yeah, I will send you all the stuff on Instagram, and we'll keep on touch.
Amazing. That sounds great, Davide.
Yeah, thank you so much for the conversation, and we should plan some other new too, so we can talk.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Cool.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
You too, man. Bye.
Good to meet you. You take care. Bye.
And we wait you in Italy for a show.
Yeah, bring it on.
I'll help you to plan it. Thank you.
Vediamo in Milan.
Yeah, you're great. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good day.